Morning everyone and welcome to a new week. So those of you who've been on the channel for a little while now will probably know me well enough by now. You'll probably have realised exactly what we're doing in this week's video or going forwards with this bonnet. We are now stripping the entire thing. I've made a few comments in the previous YouTube. I've made a few comments in the past as well. You guys have got to remember, I keep reiterating myself on this, not everyone has a limitless pot of money. These jobs are in for a specific purpose. We do them a certain way. I am now taking it kind of on my own back, in all honesty, to redo the interior panels of this now. We've started stripping things. You can see the state of it. I'm not happy with that. It's not what the job's in for. It's not what the job's in for at all. But me personally and myself as a shop, I just don't like leaving things like this. Sadly, I will say sadly, because it's to our own detriment sometimes. But I just can't stand jobs going out how I'm not happy with them. So we are going to be taking care of all this rust issue. We are now going to be stripping the entire bonnet. That is no easy task on one of these E-types. We've already taken off, I don't know how many nuts and bolts. They're mostly all covered with sealants. They're mostly all covered with that old nasty sealant, which is incredibly difficult to remove as is. So half the time goes into just removing that to start with before you can even get anywhere near the nuts and bolts. And then there are many of them, let's say that. But, like I said, it's the best way of doing things. We are now going to be stripping this entire bonnet. We'll shot blast the remaining areas, epoxy the entire thing. It's lunchtime, so Enzo is just whinging, just ignore him. He knows he's got a good body clock, haven't you, Enzo? Lunchtime. But anyway, brief introduction into what we're doing. Let's get going. Things have escalated then, as they often do with these classic car projects. We're on the verges now of calling this one a restoration instead of the preservation that I was calling it before. We obviously are going the extra mile on this one now, but it's worth it. It's necessary on something like this. Again, you can see on all of these seams and all of these flanges, you just can't get to areas like this. So some of the sealant had failed. These actually were meant to be staying on the body of the car, but it's a good job that they've come off in some respects because we have got a bit of rust underneath. Again, like I said previously, you've got to realise it's taken 50 years for it to get to this sort of level. So it's not something that would have just disintegrated if we had left it. However, this is not going to be something that's ever done to this car ever again. So it is worth doing it at this stage now. And us as a shop, we just couldn't leave it as it was because I knew there were certain sections which I wasn't happy with that I couldn't get to. Obviously, there's a lot more now. We've got to work out exactly how to reseal these areas back on, but That'll be easy enough. We'll just line everything back up. Later on, once it's all epoxied and protected, we'll obviously sandblast inside and out every single last bit of these panels now will be treated. You can see here as well what I was talking about. This is absolutely extreme. And the level of, or the amount of nuts and bolts on these spaces, washers, the works. We're going to be replacing every single one of these. I don't want to reuse a single one of these, so we're going to replace the whole lot with stainless. I haven't quite worked out if they're going to be just left as stainless or we'll paint them as part of the body yet. We'll definitely be epoxying everything separately because, again, it's the only way to get into the seams, sorry. But, yeah, in short, we've given ourselves a lot more work, let's say that. But it's worth it in the end of the day. I'll be pleased seeing the end results. Not too pleased right now, I'm going to be honest, because it's a huge amount more work, but worth it in the end. We'll remember the end goal. It'll look good when it's done. Making some fantastic progress with the Jag then. So we've got the doors back on, as you can see. Obviously, we've started the filling work. As I've said many times before on the channel, but for anyone new, we'd never ever fill over the top of bare metal. In all honesty, I probably should have done these dents, this one and the one on the other side. We've got one on that door to do as well. Probably should have done that before the first round of the hybrid epoxy went on. Just didn't work out with the timings. It's no big deal, just ground them back to bare metal, steel pulled them obviously, and then we have re-epoxied them. Slightly different color, as you can see, because it's a different product. Still in the Novel spectral range. This one just allows us to put the filler over the top of it a little bit sooner than the hybrid would. So yeah, we're ready to go. That can sit there for up to 7 days, I believe, without scuffing. Regardless, we're going to give it a quick scuff anyway, put the filler over the top of that. Never ever put filler over bare metal because it has a chemical reaction, it heats up. In the wintertime especially, it can potentially cause moisture issues. Moisture onto bare steel obviously is going to cause rust. That then is going to come back through the car eventually later on down the line. So that's not what we want, which is why all of our filler work goes on the top of the epoxy. Always, epoxy comes first for us here. Noble for classic cars, of course. What else? Yeah, we've started gapping the doors. Getting there on these. They was a little bit out of alignment, but we've just started doing the fine tuning for this. And then, like I said, we've got that dent, ever such a slight dent there that we need to take care of. Same with this, with the epoxy. We'll put a re-skim of filler over the top of that. Again, need to reiterate, it looks like a lot of filler. It is not. We will be sanding most of this off. I'll show you at the later stage, but most of this all ends up in the Hoover bin. So, yeah, very small amount of filler going onto this car. Roof's good. Everything else is done apart from that dent in the door. I think that's pretty much the repair areas that we've got, so virtually nothing. It will be having poly later on down the line, just to firmly make sure that we've smoothed everything out. But yeah, pretty good. Good going. Back on the sandblasting, you can see the task at hand. We've removed all the flanges. Well, we haven't finished removing the flanges. These are actually the ones that came off. But you can see what we're trying to remove. Light buckets are really good, actually. Mostly, it's all good. And as you remember, I've sandblasted most of it in any case. It's just obviously the inaccessible areas. Again, areas like this is absolutely fine. Nothing really wrong with it. But now that we've got it off, we will sandblast the whole thing, because why not? But it's just these seams that we needed to get to. So the inner seams and flanges. We're going to remove these now from the car, the last remaining ones. Sandblast all of these panels, inside and out, flip them over, etc. Get these back to lovely bare metal. And then the task of reassembling the bonnet. All right, as you can see, we're mostly all sandblasted now. We have not finished the sandblasting, actually. We've still got these front pieces to do, the whole front bottom pieces, I'm not sure what the appropriate term for that is. We haven't finished that off yet, but I've run out of sanding grit. Not run out so much, but the stuff that we've got, I've just reused it too many times now. It's just getting too dusty, it's too fine. It's not doing quite the job that I want it to at this stage, so I've got some more on order. Got a little bit more coming on the way. There's no point in just going over and over and over it with the same stuff, because it's not quite doing what we wanted it to do. So we ended up changing plan, because the next stage for this is to seal these flanges into place, and then the entire bonnet comes back apart again anyway for the epoxy stages and further protection stages. So we figured we'd just get these pieces sealed in first. We are just in the process of lining everything up. We need to mark every single piece. We'll do some cross hatches along the way once we've got everything lining up how we want it to be. And then it's a case essentially taping up the whole bonnet, protecting it, and pumping some sealant in there. All of these flanges have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is it? All around the bonnet like that anyway. And then these actually stay in place then on the bonnet itself. All the bolts get undone and all the panels can come back off for the protection side of things. But as you can see, it's come out really nice for the most part. Like I said, we have not finished yet, so we've still got these to do. We've still got this entire front piece to do. Obviously, all of this hardware is just the assembly hardware. This is the old hardware that we're using just to mock it all back together. They will be replaced with brand new bolts. But yeah, as you can see, it's all come out pretty nice. We sandblasted absolutely everything. So yeah, you have got some pitting areas, as you can see. Not an issue. It's still really nice solid metal. Obviously, the whole lot will be epoxied as we go. And then there's certain areas which look like it's not come out too well, but this is just sealant, so we've got to get rid of this sealant still. We're chipping away at the sealant slowly, but some of it was really, really thick, especially in this area. That's why this needs a little bit more of a going over. But for the most part, that is just sealant. It's not rust. But we still want to get rid of it just to make sure there's no surface rust underneath those areas. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. I'm going to leave this video for for this week, sorry, just because it's got quite long. It's only Wednesday, so we're carrying on as is, but that's it for this video. Catch you next week.